For this project, I'm going to start with 3 cutting boards that are average size and width that I picked up at my local dollar store. The first thing I want to do for my project is paint my boards. I love the grain on these boards, but they're a little too yellowy for what I want them for, so I'm just going to give them a coat of milk paint. You want to make sure that you do inside the handle if you have a handle, and you want to make sure that you do both sides. I'm not going to worry about it being too opaque because I don't mind if I see some of the wood grain through the paint. I can even take a cloth and wipe a little bit of that back if I want it to be a little bit more of a whitewashed effect. Now that the paint is dry on all 3 of my cutting boards, I'm going to take my sandpaper and I just want to rough up the edge a little bit. I love the look of aged things, so I want to give this just a little bit of that aged feel. To finish off my board before I assemble this, I'm going to use some hemp oil, and hemp oil is food grade safe, but it also makes a wonderful coating for your milk paint or chalk paint. I'm just going to put some on a rag and I'm just going to rub this all over. Even though I won't be eating off of these cutting boards, I do want to protect the paint that I've put on them. And I will just go ahead and rub this on all sides of each of the boards. With all 3 of the boards sanded and oiled, it's ready to assemble my boards together. Now they're going to feel a little oily at first, but that oil will dry up nicely in the next couple of days. So to assemble the boards, I want to work with the back of each of the boards. So I'm going to turn them over here. And I want to make sure that they are all nice and level so that the bottoms are all in the right spot together. And what I'm going to do is take some of these reclaimed hinges that I have. And if you don't have any that you've used before, you can always pick these up at the hardware store. And they're just little piano hinges here. And you want to make sure that this little raised part is on the inside. You don't want to put it in between your boards because it's going to create too much of a gap. And I will measure these out in just a second. So I'm going to make sure, now I have some lines on my board, so I can use those as a way to line up my boards here. And I'm just going to put these about an inch or so from the top of my line there and an inch or so from the bottom of my line here. Once I have my hinges in place, it's time to add some screws to hold them permanently where they are. So I'm just going to put these in. So I'm going to start by attaching just the 4 at the bottom and then making sure that I have this exactly level down below before I attach all the rest of the screws. Okay, so I'm just going to make sure that that is level. And that is perfect. So I'm going to attach the rest of my screws, and you can see that I've split my wood here a little bit, and that's okay. Once you see the outside, you really don't notice that. And also, I don't mind that. I actually love the more beat up and worn things look. Now that my boards are together, I can slip them into place and cover up this cluttered corner of my kitchen counter. They slide into place so easily, they can be moved easily, and now I can conceal all of that stuff in this corner. It was such a fun and easy project to do, and a great way to use some of these dollar store cutting boards. I hope the next time you're there, you'll grab some of these cutting boards and make your own clutter cover to help keep your kitchen organized. I want to thank KLC on Hometalk for inspiring this project, and I will see you next time. I'm Lisa from Recreated Designs. Thanks for watching Hometalk.